Divers traveled from far and wide and converged on Quadra Island for a fun-filled week of underwater adventure. We were chartering with longtime operator Earl Lowe from Abyssal Diving. Earl knows the currents and dive sites around Quadra Island like the back of his hand, and is who you want to go with to have a great dive. Seymour Narrows, Surge Narrows, and Discovery Passage all funnel currents past Quadra Island. These currents bring in nutrients that support plankton production, which underpins much of the food web. This allows a plethora of living things to thrive in these waters. Our first guests in this feature film are the crabs and shrimps. The crab is basically a sideways walking ocean gremlin in armor, part tank, part scissors, always looking suspicious, and ready to pinch anything that comes too close. The crab is the grumpy landlord of the wall. But hey, you would be too if you're close to the bottom of the food chain. The coolest of the slug, and the only appropriate nude to send to someone, the nudibranch is a fascinating marine marvel. Nudibranchs are actually shellless sea slugs, belonging to the class Gastropoda. Their vibrant colors aren't just for show. They often serve as warning signals to predators, advertising that they're toxic or taste terrible. Some species even steal stinging cells from the jellyfish or anemones they eat and reuse them for their own defense. Others incorporate pigments or toxins from their prey directly into their bodies, making them both beautiful and dangerous. So while they might look like squishy underwater fashion icons, nudibranchs are also living lessons in adaptation and defense. Slow, stylish, and surprisingly smart survivors of the sea. The defining trait of mollusks, so snails, octopus, squids, and clams, is that they have soft bodies, often protected by shells. Sea anemones look like flowers, but are actually carnivorous, grabbing prey with their tentacles when brushed up against. Bivalves, like mussels and clams, have two valves, one that pumps water in and the other that pumps water out. This acts like a siphon and is used to filter water, keeping it clean and collecting food for the animal. When you are living in a high current area, it pays to be small and firmly attached to the substrate so you do not get washed away. On our dives, we saw many echinoderms. What is an echinoderm, you ask? They are a fascinating group of marine animals that include sea stars, sea urchins, sand dollars, sea cucumbers, and brittle stars. Their name comes from the Greek origin echinos, meaning spiny, and derma, meaning skin, which fits since many have tough, spiny outer coverings. Throughout the trip, we had dive buddies come and go as their schedule dictated. Yet another reason that diving from Quadra Island is nice is the convenience. With the ferries running every half hour, the island is easy to access. You know a dive went well when divers come up and immediately start raving about what they saw and asking if anyone else saw it too. Dive buddies are helpful on the surface as well as underwater, handing cameras to you and grabbing them when you surface, as well as helping put on and take off gear. They're also fun to mock from time to time. Octopus are the shape-shifting masterminds of the ocean. Imagine a creature that's equal parts escape artist, alien, and underwater Houdini. That's an octopus. They have 3 hearts, blue blood, and no bones, which means they can squeeze through spaces smaller than your thumb. Octopus are also brilliant problem solvers. In labs, they've opened jars, solved mazes, and even escaped tanks to snack on neighboring crabs and then snuck back into their enclosure like nothing happened. Actually a mollusk, so in the same group as the nudibranchs, these guys have stepped up their game a lot. Some fish copy the colors and textures of their surroundings. Reef fish mimic coral, rocks, or seaweed. The red Irish lord looks so much like a rock that divers sometimes miss it completely, even when it's right in front of them. Most fish have evolved to be darker on their backs and lighter on their bellies. Seen from above, the dark top blends with the deep dark water below. Seen from below, the light belly matches the bright surface. It's like natural stealth mode. Grunt sculpins are bottom dwellers that love tight, cozy spaces. They often hide in empty barnacle shells, poking their heads out to watch the world go by. They are also not great swimmers, preferring to hop or scoot along the seafloor using their fins, like tiny legs. Ah, the warbonnet, a small, secretive, and rather magnificent-looking resident of the Pacific Northwest's cold coastal waters. Despite its fierce name, it's more shy than warlike. But it does look like it's wearing a royal headdress, which is where the name comes from. Their coloring and head cirri make them blend perfectly into their rocky, sponge-covered surroundings.
So while you guys were down underwater, a killer whale, put your foot out there, yeah, a killer whale actually went down through your bubbles, right, going north as you guys were heading south. So hopefully one of you guys saw it.
And as it so happens, I happen to turn around and I see this killer whale swimming by me, and I turned on my GoPro, and it better have turned out. We'll soon find out. But it was miraculous, and I couldn't get anybody else to turn to see because they were all too busy taking photos against the wall.
So Larry, what's taken so long for the video?
Well, I'm trying to see if can see the white spot patch on his back there a little bit, but there's. Use your imagination. There's the white patch.
Okay,
right there.
yeah.
So if I fix up the clarity of this video, which I can.
Andrea, a Campbell River local, joined us for some of the dives. She showed us all the cool secret stuff on the sites, one of which included a known wolf eel den. They can grow up to 2.4 meters or 8 feet long and weigh up to 40 pounds. Their bodies are long, muscular, and snake-like, with small pectoral fins and a continuous dorsal fin that runs nearly the length of their back. Despite the name wolf eel, they are actually fish. Their faces are broad and expressive, with thick lips and powerful jaws lined with big, blunt, molar-like teeth designed to crush shells. Juveniles are often bright orange, while adults turn gray, brown, or greenish blue with age. This wolf eel is an older male. Those fearsome teeth aren't for biting people. They're for cracking tough shells. Wolf eels will feed on crabs, sea urchins, clams, snails, and other hard-shelled invertebrates. They use their strong jaws to crush shells with ease, spitting out the bits they can't digest. Normally, divers will cut open urchins to feed to wolf eels, but a scallop for dinner works just as well. They provide food, shelter, and nursery habitat for various different species. Kelp beds are also a great place for divers to do their safety stop. 60 minutes after we have disappeared beneath the surface, we must return to reality. Cameras are stowed, gear is taken off tanks, and we head towards home.